My name is Ron and welcome back. So on my last video, this is part of the series of how to help yourself. On my last video, I talked about rock bottom and how, it's necessary to get clear on the why you're doing it, why you're facing your demons. So before we get started, if you enjoy the content on my channel, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe as I'm having new videos come out all the time. Now, getting started. This is part 2. You've gotten clear on your why you're going to do this, and now let's get into what works. This is rebuilding the foundation. So, in the 6 to 8 month period between the time I decided I was going to help myself and the time I actually got a real breakthrough, I tried just about everything. I wouldn't, and everything helped a little bit, but I was looking for a breakthrough, something that really changed the entire experience of what I was going through. So the things I tried that didn't really work, like give me the breakthrough I was looking for, I started observing my own thoughts. And that was interesting because I realized I was not a friend to myself at all. I was my own enemy. And that helped me a little bit. I did start meditation, and I couldn't do it on my own because my mind was just too noisy, so I started using a candlelight. And that helped. But while everything helped a little bit, I also watched thousands of videos, read dozens of books, but I couldn't actually use a lot of the information in them because my mind was just too damn noisy and it never seemed to shut up. And so I was finding it very difficult to get any type of lasting change. And so I just kept trying different things. And eventually, what gave me the breakthrough I was looking for was using a guided meditation that was about self-image. And while I'm not sure why I didn't think about that before, but eventually I got to it and it worked. It worked hugely, totally changed everything. And I'm going to go ahead and link that meditation, the exact one I used, in the description box below. I don't have one of my own at this time, so I'll just give you the one that I was using. And why though? It's like, think about this. Think about it as like your life is like a house. Especially if you're like in your, late 20s or early 30s or beyond, you probably like your like life, you may have faced multiple times where it seems like everything around you has come crashing down. And of course, you've done what you had to do and you got back up, you rebuilt your life, made kind of like an anthill, you just made it better, and you went on, and then it fell apart again. And then you picked it back up, put it back together, built it better, and kept going on. And it fell apart again. And each time I noticed that it fell apart, I had more to lose than the time before. It was rougher. And so, I never really considered, it's kind of like you built a house over and over again, a better house, a better house, a better house, on the same foundation. And the foundation is the programming inside your own head. The subconscious beliefs do run your life, and you just don't realize it. So psychologists have said that there are over 65,000 thoughts in a day, and most of them are negative and recycled from the day before. They're automatic. And our subconscious mind controls over 95% of our life experience. So you only have 5% of conscious control over your life. Those urges and feelings that drive you to do one thing or another, where do you think they're coming from? They have to match up to what you believe. It's programming just like a computer. And if you try and change things through sheer willpower, you can do that. I've done it before, but it doesn't last. Willpower has a limit. It's not infinite. And as soon as you take okay, I've done enough on willpower. It's like as soon as you're not paying attention, it's like boom. It's like comes in and changes things back to the way they used to be, and it sucks. It really does. But we can use that to our advantage, and that's where the big change happened for me. Is that when I started using a guided meditation, basically some visualizations and affirmations that were all about my self-image, telling me that I was worthy, that I love myself. And at first, it all seems like a bunch of lies because I've been I had programming saying I did not love myself, I was not worthy, I was not worthy of anything. And this is what I believed. And then this thing comes in and says, you are worthy, you are loved, you love yourself, you deserve success. And at first it feels like a bunch of crap. But that's okay, because over time, repetition, 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 it didn't matter if at first it felt like a lie, because eventually it just accepted it. And then when it accepted it, took about, for me personally, it took about 2 months total. When it accepted it, it was like complete night and day transformation. Now I wasn't using willpower to go forward. I wasn't, war with myself. It was like my internal enemy had become an internal ally, and it changed everything. Now I wasn't struggling so much to, keep changes. I was naturally driven to change, and it made things so much easier. It made things so much more peaceful, and I started acting from a place without even realizing. At first I didn't realize it. I started acting differently, because and remember, subconscious controls 95% of your life experience. So if my programming has been changed, then the experience changes. Because 5% is not a lot to control consciously. So this was the massive change in me, and I wasn't in so much pain anymore. Something inside me had totally changed. It's like it was like a big dial got turned down as far as, the lows. And I wasn't experiencing the big lows anymore. I wasn't experiencing the massive conflicts that I once was. And it completely transformed everything. And it took me 6 to 8 months to get to that point. And the purpose of the series is so that you don't have to spend that long trying different things, struggling. That you can just jump straight to what works. No need to sit there for 6 months and suffer more needlessly. And so, this was a transformative period. And now when I went back and started reading some of those books that I once did, and I have a totally different mindset now. And now I'm starting to pick up stuff that I don't really know why I couldn't see it before, and started using those tools that I was reading about for a whole bunch of new success. Now I can use the hammer to start building a new house, because I re-poured the foundation. Now the foundation is far stronger than it used to be. And so that's what really made the breakthrough, was like actually getting in there. You got to start the base level. Start with the belief system, change it. And I'm not talking about like religion. I'm talking about how you relate to yourself, how you feel about yourself personally, because that is really important. That's probably one of the most important things there is. Because if you don't believe that you're worth a damn, just like I didn't, then you're going to act that out, whether you realize it or not. And it's okay if you don't really know exactly what the program inside you says. It's okay, it's not that easy to understand. That's why, using blanket terms, blanket things like just a new self-image, a new belief system, it doesn't really matter what was in place of it, because it comes in and kind of just lays it right over, pours that new foundation right over that old belief system, and, basically just supersedes it. It doesn't just cover it up and like you got a monster in the basement. I thought about that too, but this actually was like it superseded it. It's like, here, on the left hand, I have a belief system that says, no, I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, I have one that says, yes, you are good, you're worthy, and all this. So you got two conflicting belief systems. Which one is stronger? Well, the one that's positive is stronger. The one you're going to feed more with your attention is stronger. So the one I chose to feed was the one that said I was good enough. The one that said I was worth a damn. And the one that said I can do anything. That's the one I chose. And that's the one that I put as part of my life. And that has made all the difference in the world. So, on the next video, I'm going to talk to you about more breakthroughs, because while this was setting the foundation, you still got to build up the house, and sometimes it's not so easy. It really isn't. So, while I may not be in massive conflict with myself any longer, it's still not completely simple to just charge forward, thinking that there's no conflict, there's no strife, there's no adversity. So on my next video, I'm going to talk to you about, other things more specific as far as dealing with lingering things that came up. So until next time, have a good day.